running to Mid-Island against Matteo. And if I've heard it once, I've heard it a dozen times. He handles a lot of problems for people, and he's quick on response to constituent complaints. And nonetheless, I looked up, there's a ton of information you can find out on the City Council website. One is the number of constituent complaints handled per year, per year. So last year, Matteo handled about 3,200 constituent complaints. I says, okay, that sounds like he's busy. And then in Debbie Rose's district, it was 800, and in Borelli, it was about 900. Now, I'm an engineer. I look at numbers like that, and I go, I don't think they're measuring the same thing somehow. It's not like Mid-Island is a complete disaster area that we need 3 and 4 times as many constituent complaints. I don't know how he's logging things in, or every time he follows up on something, it's another complaint. But despite that fact, the things that I think about is, sure, we are always dealing with traffic, we're always dealing with potholes, we're dealing with overdevelopment, but we've been doing this for 20 years. I've spent a lot of time looking at old planning reports. Traffic has been the #1 issue for 20 years. Okay? Now, I don't want to be great if I should be so lucky as to become city councilman. I do not want to be graded on how many potholes I fill and making sure that the trash is picked up, and you could get your computers picked up at your curb. That's a nice thing. There's nothing wrong with any of this. Can we make some progress on the issues that have been confronting us forever? Traffic possibly being the main one, and just overdevelopment in general. And if in my little thing that I handed out here, my 3 top issues are: 1, citizen-powered government. If I don't get constituents involved in their government, that should be a mark against me. I go around and everybody says, not everybody, but enough people tell me how good Matteo is. I go around and talk to people. I'm running for city council. Yeah, okay, very good. They check out my card. My name's ends in O. I passed the first bar, okay. Do you know who your current city councilman is? No. Who is it? Well, I'm not going to tell you. You're going to recognize my name when you go to vote. That's it. Some might guess Otto, and I'll say, well, used to be. No, this is the guy who used to work for Otto, So, but that reputation is certainly going to be enough to get him a lot of votes. There's no question about it. He won 15,000 to 8,000 last time. Sounds like a fairly substantial margin, but it's about 22% of the whole registered voters. And there's a lot of people who are just not involved, or they're getting a little more involved just because politics has gotten so much attention lately. And contentious politics. And as you may know, I posted it. I was at the vigil that the Ronald Reagan Conservative Club had outside of the Democratic headquarters. And if you know me, and if it's convenient, I'm there at things like that. I mean, I'll go to things I support, for sure, but things like that, I'll just love to mix it up. And after enough trash talk and this and that and everything else, at the end, they actually asked me to talk about that I'm running for city council, They wanted me to, I guess, now that I'm stepping up to be a leader in the community, as a Democrat, I should condemn democratic terrorism. This is the t-shirts they had on, They can't take all the bait, you see, So I told them, I said, this is what I'm talking about. So you're over here talking about democratic terrorism or There would be other people who would fight you if they wanted to have the fight. Meanwhile, traffic is still horrendous. There's still overdevelopment. We are neighbors. You understand that we're neighbors? We're citizens. I talk to these guys, and I'm on reasonably good terms with them. I did post, I think I posted a video from that, and I also posted afterwards. We went right next door to Dominic's to have, well, they have a lot of good food. Anything you get there is pretty good. And we
That's
talked.
an endorsement.
Well, they're gonna endorse me, so I figure it out. They don't know that yet, but working on that. But really, the key thing is development. When I talk to people on New York Lane, there's a new development coming on Highland, which took some variances, which took another left turn lane on Highland Boulevard in case there's not enough of that already. Beautiful. You talk about the slick ads. Wow, it's really, it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. They're gonna have plenty of walking areas, you know, like sidewalks, wide sidewalks, covered outdoor dining, and free parking. How is New York Lane supposed to compete with this? They're not. New York Lane is already like fading from its glory days, for sure. I never heard anything about this. I also know he never asked once about union work there, or you know, in all of these big developments, I'm suspect of them because, that's like Camilla says, we understand, they want to make money. And it goes on in their glossy literature about they're investing $150 million in this shopping mall. Sounds like a bit overblown number to me, but I don't know where these people are from. It's Kimco. Same people who did the Charleston one and this and that. Or maybe the Wheel or whatever. I don't know. This is not a gift. Guy's investing $150 million. If I understand anything about capitalism, he wants to wind up with more than $150 million. And where does it wind up? Not on New York Lane. I don't know where he lives. I don't know where his bank accounts are. We have to focus on local businesses. And when I walk around, that's where I get my best feedback, you know? I relate to him. I went to a guy, deli I've been going to for years. Great, so I've watched him start, get better every year. A lot of the same people working there forever. He's got a B on the front of his store now. He had an A, he's got a B. Everybody complains about the inspections and this and that. And I tell people, I used to be an inspector when I worked for the city. And even when I was in construction management, when you first start out, you're just an inspector. You gotta know what's important, how you get the best effect. You don't wanna make the guy your enemy. You want him to work with you. This is how you do this. I tell them, small business, you'll have a friend in me. Same thing with union guys.
What's the message, Rich?
The
What's
message
the
is vote
message?
for me.
I got that. Not in what you said. So.
Local economy. The local economy, well, get people involved. The local economy. And, oh yeah, just develop it. When things come up, you've got to know about it. My constituents will know as soon as I hear something coming down the pipe. Not that it's a surprise, whether it's development or a jail or a homeless shelter. You won't read about it in the paper first. You'll hear about it from me, and I will do everything I can to get people involved. Does anybody have any questions? Good.
Yeah, I have a question, specifically about plots of land and how things are zoned don't seem to matter. Just use an example, in my neighborhood, supposedly, Mid-Island, South Shore the rules have been changed so you can't, overbuild the way you used to be able to build. But I've noticed in my neighborhood, as one house right near the Petrini School, there's 4 doors on it, so that's gonna be a 4-story. But worst of all,
8 cars, probably.
when I lived in Newton, Massachusetts, the house I lived in, actually our backyard was actually zoned, so theoretically we could build a house on it, which made sort of the property a bit more valuable. Here, anyone can build a house in their backyard. It's almost a running joke. Whenever a house is sold, a new house appears on their backyard. You go down Ocean Terrace, you'll notice like 2 or 3 houses being built that used to be backyards. You can point to any house which has a nice front yard or a nice backyard. When it gets sold, there's going to be another house there. That that place where the house collapsed, that little small, little nothing ledge, that used to be someone's side yard or backyard. So my question is what can New York City do so that zoning actually means something? When your house is zoned for a single house, there is a single house there. It is not a rubber stamp to simply put a new house in the backyard, but something you need to work towards and something that you actually need to get your neighbors' support rather than just a sudden surprise.
Yeah, I know of places not so far from where I live. It's a small street.
No.
And it, it was like 4 residences where there was one, and there's people double parked. I mean, if somebody needs an ambulance or a fire truck down that block, I don't know what they're gonna do, And I know people complained about it to Mattio's office, and that went unheeded. So, yeah, the rep is out there that I guess he gets potholes fixed, or whatever else, all these other constituent complaints. Yeah, without any doubt, if you don't do that, you fail. Okay, you do that, you get a passing grade. You do a little more, maybe you get a C. You really help out some local businesses, you get a B. If you actually, God forbid, come up with something that's really going to improve traffic, now we're talking. Yeah.
Rich,
Yes, sir.
where is your office going to be when you become the next city councilman as compared where the previous councilman's office is right now?
I'm thinking of the idea of buying an RV, and I'll just drive around the district. Now, that's a bit of a joke, but I want to be not on South Avenue, by the way, which might as well be in Jersey, It's, it used to be, Otto used to have it in Dungan Hills, and he moved it to South, and
Okay, so you're
Mattio
gonna bring your office to the people so they can find it.
Yeah, just for spite, I may try to find exactly where Otto used to have his office and put it there. But I think, it's big enough, there should be 2 and then, whatever. Yes, you gotta be. Okay, any other questions? I have a little write-up which is going on my website. I have my little cards I put out there, go to my website. The only thing that works on my website right now is the donate button. And by the way, yeah, I do need a bunch of people from Mid-Island, even if it's a minimal donation. But I need a certain number from Mid-Island. So you can see your way clear too.
You need a minimum of $10 contributed to
Yeah.
75 people, and you need to raise $5,000 in matchable dollars within the district.
I know that. I just want to burden back with
Well, you
that.
should make it clear to everybody in the room so that there's directed ask. If you say a minimal donation, someone might think $2.
I don't have your.
$10, all right?
Leave your hat.
There's no, there is a max.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Wow.